Okay. Good afternoon, class 7. Thank you for so many information sharing. Something I'm getting to know about you all. Good. And yes, I'll get to know more.
Ma'am,
So
what's there to
23rd,
know
we can
about?
have
You
a
were there
class
since
party
class
type of
4.
thing. And all of you, whoever wants to join, can bring your lunch, whatever is there at home. And we all can have a virtual meeting. I'll also bring my tiffin. We will discuss and we'll have it together. It will be a virtual class party. And I can play some songs, or you can tell something, or we can have a nice
I will tell my grandmother to cook luchi for a time.
whatever. Definitely, I would love it.
And I'll tell my
And
mother
all
to
of
cook
you
mango.
any good thing on 23rd.
মাছের
It's a
ঝোল আর
Christmas
ভাত
party.
Nahi, no.
But
মাছের মাথা দিয়ে
now
ডাল।
we are going to
anything
start
except
geography. Yes.
Hey, Patrick, don't
Last
tell
day,
chi.
you did weather and we discussed what is climate. So going ahead with weather and climate. Before that, one more thing. Monday is your exam on geography. You are going to have Africa. You are going to have power, energy and power resources, closed book assessment. Okay, Monday's test will only be a written test. Okay, Vicon we are not taking now. Vicon test, again, we will take it after the winter break. Not from these topics. I'll tell you again the new topics. Now, children, this is important. For class 8, for class 9, 11, they are going to have summatives. 8s also, we are trying to have something. For 7th, for you all for now, what I can say is give importance to all the tests that are taking place now. 9, 11, like they are coming to school, so they are going to have a proper summative. We don't know what is going to be the instruction for class 7 next year. It all depends on the government policies. Even if there is a summative, we are not taking it. Even if there is something, these exams will of course be given a lot of importance. So it's this is for sure. Okay, for or it will be only for 8, maybe 7s may not have. So there's all possibilities, and surety can be only given in January after the policies we get to know. Now in geography, Monday's exam will be a written test, where we will also test your application skills. We'll see how you apply and explain. Hence, learn the topics well. That is one thing. Now we are going to go ahead with weather and climate.
Can you repeat?
Climate, yes.
Can you repeat once just what you said? Monday a test.
Monday the test on climate and Monday the test on Africa and energy and power resources.
Okay, ma'am.
I was saying all these tests
I remember
for class 7
it.
are
It's
very
haunting
important.
me in my night sleep.
Yes, don't worry. All these tests, they are not going to be difficult, but on Monday, I'll test your application also. How you can apply and explain anything, that will also be there. No,
so there will
Vicon
be an
there.
application-based questions in the written test.
Yes, it is going to be written only, so join with your classwork copies. Now, for weather and climate is the average of the weather data. Very simply, if you distinguish between the two, weather is for a short span of time. Climate is the average pattern of weather that we get to know, that has a particular time frame, a long span of time. When you study the weather, you get to know the climate. Number 2, weather is always for a short area. Climate, we say it for a bigger area in general. Climate is fixed. Weather keeps changing. So if I ask you ever in future, maybe in an application-based question from here, which of the following can be predicted, weather or climate? What will you say?
Climate.
Climate can be predicted.
Weather prediction.
Remember this, very important. All the predictions made are weather predictions, because weather is only changing within a short span of time. Weather keeps changing, and everyday data that we get, we study the weather. We are trying to understand the weather, and we predict the weather because, based on the weather, the day-to-day activities of our life depends a lot. Like yesterday, we all had an umbrella, and those who did not had an umbrella was stuck. because yesterday was a rainy day. Day before yesterday, or maybe today it's a little sunny, so we can wear nice clothes, and it's nice lighter clothes we would prefer to wear. Food habits: on a winter day we like to eat warm food. On a cold day we like to eat, if the weather is cold, we would like to eat warm coffee, tea, all this. While on a summer day, hot summer day, maybe a cup of juice, cold juice, any fruit juice,
Ice
that will be
cream.
very good. So we
Cold
would enjoy
drink.
those things.
And weather also have altered the sleeping habits. In winter, we don't like to wake up too
Yes,
early.
yes, yes.
Summer, we
That
can
is
wake
for
up too
our
early because it is
laziness, but
cool.
in a way, actually, summers make us more tired because we live in a place where we sweat a lot. So it takes the energy out of us. Hence, we feel tired and need for rest. While in winter, so much of sweating is not there. Much of the energy is.
I somehow feel
But we
tired
feel
in winter more.
lazy. Winters are lazy times. I can understand.
Yes.
Climate, on the other hand, they also
Ma'am.
life. But climate is like, since it's a general thing, so it has generalized impacts on us. Like, based on the climate pattern or the climate of a place, the farmers can decide what types of crops to grow. Depending on the climate of the place, you can have whether they need a greenhouse or the crops can grow naturally. If it's a rainy climate in general, or like I was telling you, Mediterranean climate means they have rainfall in winter. So they try to, the crops that they grow, that winter rainfall brings an impact on the crop. In the same way, you can say the climate of a place many times determines, if when the climate changes or the climate, it's like we have bigger policies. We try not to, global warming and also world policies on climate change are there. Then climate, we have something called temperate climate. Temperate climate is the climate which has mild, cold, mild summers. Summers are not very hot, not very sweaty, nice weather during summers, while winters are quite cold. So many places there is snowfall. So temperate climate.
And we can relate this farmer and these farmer crops with Africa as Africa's climate is an equatorial climate.
Absolutely.
Plant crops
You
which
can
need less
always
water.
relate it. You can see with water how the vegetation also changes. Maximum rainfall, maximum, equatorial forest. Less rainfall, grasslands. Even less rainfall, deserts. So with climate, the vegetation, all this in general are affected by the climate. Climates have a bigger impact. Yes, we also plan our, we know the climate of India in general. So as I said, many policies are devised based on the climate. If rainfall is late, India has a monsoon climate. If rainfall is late, then the government has to provide irrigation to the farmers. And which part of India gets more rain, less rain? So these are things. But weather affects us on a daily.
In the part where India gets the most rain is the northeast part, Meghalaya. Kerala area. Yes. Kerala also.
Western coast of India. Western coast of India. But climate affects our day-to-day things. Now, weather and climate, there are many elements that it has. There are several elements of weather and climate. Most important of them being, temperature and pressure. Temperature, pressure, humidity. These three are very, very important elements of the weather that we see. Let me try.
What do you mean by elements?
Elements means, when we are talking of weather,
On the
what
parameters.
are we talking about? When we are talking about
On the
weather,
parameters.
the parameters, you can say that elements can be the parameters. So when we are mainly talking about weather and climate, what are the parameters for weather? So what do we mainly see? There are three components which you can divide it into. First is temperature. Second is pressure. And third is humidity. Humidity means how much water vapor is there in the atmosphere. At temperature and pressure, as I will explain you, it affects the wind movement in the atmosphere. How will winds move? From which direction to which direction? How will wind movement take place? What is going to happen? These two elements affect all kinds of wind movement in the atmosphere. Now, whatever we are going to discuss now about weather, we are going to study all these elements of weather.
How pressure and temperature affects wind movement?
When we come to that, I'll tell you. We will come to that one.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, what is the unit in which we measure humidity? ppm.
There are various components, like when you are doing relative humidity, it's in percentage. And when we come to humidity, these components, we will do it now. One by one, we will go into these components of weather. Now, remember one thing, when we are talking about all these weather changes, weather turbulences, weather disturbances, which layer of the atmosphere we are mainly dealing with?
Troposphere.
Mainly up to the tropopause. So we are dealing with mainly the layer up to the tropopause, and we see all the weather phenomena taking place in the troposphere. Now, first element of the weather that affects the weather of a place, and in the long run, when we study the weather, the climate, is temperature. So temperature is our first and foremost element. Before I go into details of temperature, once again, if you open the last page of your book chapter also, you will see meteorology. Meteorology is the study of weather conditions. So when you IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, all the weather forecasts that you get in your phone, on the newspaper, on the on TV, whatever, on radios, whatever you hear, it comes from the Meteorological Department of India. So Indian Meteorological, it's the study of weather conditions. It's called meteorology, and meteorologists are people who study the weather. So if anyone wants to, if you want to take up meteorology in future, you need to have a good idea about physics. And this is a good career option, and it's a government job. So you have to crack the government exam and, have a good idea, and then you can pursue meteorology and work in the Meteorological Department of India, IMD. Each place has IMD, and they collect weather data. Okay. First data that we always try to collect is temperature. So when I ask you, what is temperature? Yes, Soham? Yes, Soham?
Yes, ma'am. Here there is a picture given. So what does this picture tell?
Which picture?
Means over here. Figure 3.17. We means 3.17.
Oh, 3.17, it's a satellite.
Yes, ma'am, probably a weather satellite,
Weather
which will border.
satellite, because meteorology and meteorologists, these two terms will keep coming. Now, when the question comes, later on, when we are towards the later part of the chapter, where from are we getting the very accurate data? We are now getting a lot of accurate data. So predictions are becoming very good. So this is a satellite. Let us go one by one. Temperature is the first element. Temperature is something we all know. How many of you are feeling hot today? Are you feeling a little hot?
Today is
warmer.
Today is somewhat hot.
Today is temperate weather.
Pleasantly
No,
warm.
ma'am, not very hot.
It
Not
is
very hot.
pleasantly warm.
Pleasant
Ma'am,
warm.
I am chilling.
Actually,
It is
pleasantly.
pleasantly
It's a bit
warm.
chilly
Now it's
also.
pleasantly warm more because there's a lot of cloud in the cloud and water vapor. So
Yes, ma'am, yes,
The
ma'am.
clouds are gray. The sky is gray right now.
The sky is casted with clouds right now, for which what we say is that there is the greenhouse effect taking place. A lot of heat is trapped already. It's not going.
There is
back
still
to
radiation. There is
space.
still
This is
radiation.
happening. Anyway, when the sun's rays come to the earth, it is called insolation. So this insolation is responsible for heating up of the Earth's atmosphere. And when the Earth's atmosphere heats up, we get the temperature of the atmosphere. So if I go one by one, where is the duster? Yes, I got the duster. First, if you talk about temperature, what is happening is from the sun, we are getting the insolation is coming. Insolation or incoming solar radiation. So basically, insolation, it's the heat energy. What is it? It's the heat energy.
Insolation is a heat
When
energy.
anything is supplied heat, you know, be it solid, be it liquid, be it gas, what happens? When you are heating a bowl of water, what happens?
It
Vapor
evaporates.
comes.
Gets energy. It gets more energy.
What is
Evaporates,
happening?
thermal expansion
Water
happens.
vapor
And
is released.
it temperature increases.
Ah,
The temperature increases and it starts
And the
to
kinetic
boil,
energy of
burning
the
the water
molecules
vapor.
when you take air also, when air gets this insolation, insolation is nothing but heat. When the sun is providing the heat energy, the air is becoming hot. The air is becoming hot, the temperature of the place is rising. When the insolation is less, if insolation is more, like in the summer season, the insolation that we receive in the northern hemisphere is quite a lot. So when the heat energy that we receive is more, then temperatures will automatically be more. They are directly related. If the insolation received was less, then we would say temperature falls. So when the temperature falls, this is the temperature of what that we are talking about? We are talking about the temperature of air. Remember this. We are here because atmosphere is made up of nothing but gas molecules, which we call as air, simply. So insolation coming, insolation also terrestrial radiation in a way, you know, through conduction, convection, and radiation. Three processes. Through conduction, convection, radiation, these three processes are continuously going on in the troposphere. So due to these three processes, the air gets heated, okay, and the temperature of the air either rises if it gets heated or falls. When it rises, we usually have the rising of temperature in summer days. If it does not take place, you know, if during winter, what is happening? Temperature is falling. Now, how do we find out what is the temperature of a place? We have instruments for that. We have what we call as weather instruments. For measuring everything, we have a particular instrument. Yes, okay. For measuring every component of the weather, we have a particular weather instrument that we use. Can you all hear me clearly?
Anemometer, barometer.
Yes, ma'am.
Different.
Thermometer.
As well.
This you have read, as you said in class 5. For temperature, which instrument do we use?
Thermometer.
Thermometer.
Thermometer. Absolutely. Very
Ma'am.
simple thing. Very simply. How many of you know, you people have fever. Your mother or father will bring the thermometer and say, put it under
We
your
use clinical
arm,
thermometer.
or put it in your, you know, under your, mainly we put it under the arm, sometimes in the mouth they say, but I feel better it is you put it under your arm and you check. What do you
Yeah,
check?
mouth is difficult.
The
Mouth is
temperature
of the body.
Temperature of the
body.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Temperature of the body.
Temperature of the body.
Body
Of course,
temperature.
we check the body temperature. In the same way, the same instrument, means thermometer only, there are thermometers used to measure the temperature of the air as well. Thermometers are simple instruments, and thermometers have, there are, you know, mainly the component of a thermometer that you need to remember is a thermometer has a glass tube made up of glass. Okay, they always have a glass tube, and at the mouth of the thermometer, if you note, you know, if you will see, it's like a tube like this,
There's a bulb.
and there is a bulb like this. Always there is a bulb.
Color.
This bulb, yes, let me use some other color maybe. Let's use yellow. So there is a bulb and there is a thing like this here, and this
Capillary
is
tube.
filled with a liquid. Do you know what liquid it is?
Mercury.
Mercury.
So sometimes
Mercury
al-
or
Because
alcohol?
mercury
or
expands to
alcohol
heat,
is
that is why
lemon.
it is red.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Mercury catches the temperature more
Ma'am.
quickly.
Absolutely.
ma'am,
Mercury also expands fast.
Yes, very good. Now what is happening? So here are readings on the side. So it has mercury. Now, you know the readings from less to more. Now, as you put the thermometer even in the air or you put it on the body, whatever, when you are measuring, as per the body temperature, the mercury level will go on rising. Okay, whatever is the temperature, it will rise up to that and it will stop. So what does a basic thermometer have? Basic thermometer basically has a glass tube, you know, a tube made up of glass. So a glass tube, and it has mercury. Mercury bulb. You can say mercury filled in the bulb at the lower place. So this mercury expands and contracts as per the, as per the temperature. And it gives you the temperature, whether you are measuring your body temperature or you are measuring the air temperature. The thermometer mercury level will rise and fall accordingly and give you the temperature. Now, these markings.
ma'am, I have a question here.
And how does this
Ma'am,
measure?
I have a question here.
Yes.
Ma'am, in these thermometers, do they use mercury or do they use a gas? Because mercury in the air, it
They
will not
use
so.
mercury. There are two liquids used in thermometers. One liquid
Alcohol
is
and
mercury and another liquid
Alcohol.
is alcohol, a type of. Now, page number 21 in your book, you can mark it. What are the reasons for using mercury? Number one is mercury does not stick with glass. You know, I told you this is a glass tube.
Can I
that
ma'am
it
say?
has.
Slippery.
Can I see the reason?
Mercury never sticks to the sides of the glass.
Ma'am, it also senses the
And
temperature
mercury
more
never
quickly
sticks.
than water.
Water droplet stays, then it will give you wrong reading. The moment you take out the thermometer, have you ever seen your parents doing like this, and
Yes, there's a
putting the
kink.
mercury down?
100 of
There is
Above
a
the
kink
bulb.
in the clinical thermometer. That's why you have to
We are just making the mercury
shake it.
level fall to the bottom, so that once again when we get the reading, it is accurate. So mercury is used. Why will you say, if I ask you why is mercury and alcohol used? First is mercury do not stick to the walls of the glass. Second reason is, you know, each element expands with heat and contracts when it cools. Any element expands when heated and contracts when cooled. So when mercury as an element expands more than glass as well as contracts more than glass. So please add, so it expands more than glass, it contracts more than glass, hence added there, hence we get accurate readings if we use these liquids in a thermometer. Instead of water, if we use these liquids, we get accurate readings. They rise and fall according to the temperature of the atmosphere.
Ma'am, can you repeat why we get accurate readings?
Because the mercury does not stick to the walls of the glass tube. And mercury expands and contracts at a, you know,
Mercury
proper rate.
is
I'm
less
uniform rate.
dense
The
than
temperature of the
water.
Page
Can I
number
even
21
tell another
also.
reason?
There you add. So we are getting accurate readings because suppose I put this thermometer. Okay, I want to take the reading of a bowl of boiling water. I take the thermometer, I put it in the bowl of boiling water. What is happening? The mercury, whatever is the temperature of the water, the mercury inside the glass tube will rise up to that and give you the reading. All right. Now, mercury is giving you accurate reading. One thing is because mercury does not stick. So, one thermometer can be used many times. If for the previous reading, there are stickings in the sides of the glass tube and all, there will be wrong reading. And mercury expands and contracts. Mercury and alcohol.
It expands more than in
and
glass, so
contracts
that is
as
why it
per
is
the
safer to
glass.
use in thermometers.
Understood,
Ma'am.
right? Now,
Yes.
these readings are in two forms. Either you get it in degrees Celsius or you get it in degree Fahrenheit. There are two ways how you can get the readings. One is degree Celsius, one is degree Fahrenheit. So you know the boiling point of water in degree Celsius, most countries use degree Celsius. So these were two scientists. Okay, so these are two scientists who have discovered these two readings. So you can see this scientist is Fahrenheit. You know Daniel Fahrenheit. He's called-
Daniel
It is
Fahrenheit.
given in
Yeah.
our
German
book.
physicist.
German scientist.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the
German
USA,
physicist.
This is a
ma'am, in
German-
United States of America, they use Fahrenheit.
They do use Fahrenheit, and you will see in Fahrenheit the boiling point is the boiling point is 212 and the freezing point is 32 degrees. In most of our many thermometers that we use, it's in Fahrenheit. We say 100 degrees, 101 degrees, all the reading we are getting in Fahrenheit. Actuac jar, we say sometimes very, very safe. So these are, while in the Celsius scale, 100 means boiling point and 0 is the freezing point. So there is a simple formula with which you can convert, but from one scale to another, but I don't think that is
We know that from
in
physics.
physics.
what?
Studied that in physics. We know the
Oh, you have studied that in
physics.
physics. Very good job. So you know Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale that are there. Now, this is a simple, this we call as a simple thermometer. Okay, a simple thermometer is commonly used, but a simple thermometer does not give you, okay, this is Andreas Celsius. This is Andreas Celsius. He invented the Celsius scale. Okay, now the thing is, for measuring temperature, when we are talking about temperature, you will see the general tendency is we always say, what is the highest maximum temperature? What is the minimum temperature? Have you heard people saying this? What is the maximum? How much was the maximum temperature? How much was the minimum temperature? Oh, minimum temperature went this low. Oh, maximum temperature was this high. Have you heard these kind of
Ma'am,
sayings?
my net is very bad. I keep getting disconnected.
Yes, ma'am.
You are getting disconnected. Okay. Hopefully it will be better. And there are only
See
20.
my video. Hopefully it's working.
Hopefully it will be better. So we have a particular thermometer which is called the Six's maximum and minimum thermometer, which helps us get the readings of the air temperature. This I will do next day with you all. Yes, Soham.
And another thing, ma'am, there is the picture of a minimum maximum thermometer in figure 3.5.
Yes, I will explain to you how it works. Yes, Soham.
Ma'am, do the weather satellites also have some thermometers? So that
Weather
they-
satellites have many, receptors with which they catch the data and all. There are weather satellites work in a much complicated way. It's not as simple as that.
Means they can they can find out the weather so accurately that it can find out then when
detailed
it will
pictures. There are
rain,
many,
when it
there
will
are-
not
when you
rain.
study satellites, when you if you study that, so there are many components. It's not that easy. Satellites have sensories, they have sensors in them. So those sensors, they send radiations, they catch those.
And they also are